rude. You really need to get off your phone and be present in the moment.
I need to be on my phone or I'm going to lose it.
No,
let's be real. That's why I'd lose it. Being in my phone causes me stress. I can't be alone in that, am I?
No, I don't think so. How y'all doing today? Did you comment on our last video? You should have commented. It was a good one.
Can I be y'all? I'm doing great.
Yeah. You can be a y'all.
I want to be a y'all.
You can be a y'all. You can be a yins.
I don't like that in Ohio it's frowned upon that we say y'all. Just because I'm not from the South or the deep South.
Is it frowned upon? I never really thought about it.
I get judgy
I don't care.
looks.
I just say, who cares?
Then again, I work with teenagers, so every time I say y'all, they look at me and they say, y'all.
Look, Galleon is not, guys, just because you're from Galleon, that does not mean you're a city kid. You're not a city kid.
You're a small town kid. You're a big fish in a small pond.
I do not want to be that person that gatekeeps something like being a city kid, but
but you're going to anyway.
This time, I just need people to just reel it in a little bit. Like, you're not a city kid. Like, I remember because I went to Northmore, and that's Cowtown.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
So, like, going from like Northmoreland to Galleon is not culture shock.
No,
going
not even
from
slightly.
Columbus to Galleon is culture shock. So you want to talk about being a city kid? Why don't you spend like a week in Columbus? Like, I'm not talking about.
I love Columbus.
I'm not talking about like Polaris.
Like, go into Columbus.
Go into Columbus, experience
Go walk
that,
down Broad Street.
come out a better, more cultured person. Galleon kids are not city kids. I don't care what you say. Like, just stop. All right.
So what defines a city kid?
Ooh, I don't know.
Because I was a city kid in college and I loved Columbus. I absolutely adore it.
It's great, isn't it?
It's so much fun.
I love it so much.
I would love to see downtown look like, not necessarily exactly like Columbus, but just be cultured like that and have.
I would too. We used to
the
have a cute
shops
little
and-
gallery here, a little art gallery. I would love to be able to
know.
do stuff like that again. Like, can we just get back to normal so that we can continue to make this town,
Better.
a little bit
On the
more
up
of a
and up.
slice of modern life? That'd be nice. I'd
We're
love to
getting
have
there.
a place where I could just walk across the street and get a sandwich, like a soup in a sandwich shop here.
Yes.
Can we make that happen?
Can
I
they
don't know
have bread
anything
bowls?
about the restaurant industry, or else I would sell that boutique and let's do soups and sandwiches. Yes.
Just make sure you have broccoli cheddar all the time,
Broccoli
please.
cheddar on the menu, chili on the menu. Let's make it work. Let's make it happen.
You need to keep doing your happy dance.
Ba-dum.
Well, anywho,
What are we talking about today, Olivia?
what are we talking about
Welcome
today?
back to
We're talking
the
about
We Are
mental
Not Mental
meltdowns.
Health Professionals podcast.
But we're going to talk about mental meltdowns because I, for one, am vastly experienced in them. I have them on a regular basis. No, that's not really true anymore. It used to be.
It's good that it's not anymore.
I don't know. What's regular for a mental meltdown? How often are you willing to share how often you have a mental meltdown?
Definitely not as much as I used to. Like, are we talking like actual mental meltdowns or just random panic attacks? Because those are different. Panic attacks are not something that is rational.
Yeah, and I don't panic attacks aren't really controllable. Last time, at least I don't think so. I mean, the
Not
last time
really. There's some mindfulness things you can do to kind of help lessen them.
lessen them and bring them down a little bit, but
Yeah.
not necessarily to stop them.
Right.
Because the last time I had a panic attack was back in July.
I don't think that's true.
When was
I
the
think
last
you
time I had a
I
panic
think you've
attack?
messaged me during a panic attack or like on the verge of one before, and it hasn't been since July.
Oh, well, dang snap, guys. I'm learning these things about myself. Maybe they do happen. Oh, no, I did. You were right.
Yep. I was
You're
right.
right. You were in Texas. And
was
God
right.
bless you for answering your phone that day. I needed that.
Did the thing I needed to do. 'Cause
That
that's
wasn't
what
a
you
bad
do when you
one.
ask for help.
Man, I have had two. Okay, I've only had two since July. And they're both related to the topic that 100% just sends me into panic mode. So excluding those, the last big one that lasted for an extended period of time was July. And that was when I was on my way to Florida.
Ooh.
Did you happen to catch the Facebook Live that I did from the airport?
I don't think I did. Well, That was a long time ago, but
It was.
I did. I didn't watch it all the way through because, busy wife, busy life. Is that a saying?
It can be.
We should put that on a t-shirt.
Why not?
That's a t-shirt, right?
Let's do it.
Busy
I like
wife,
it.
busy life.
I'm not a wife, but I'd wear it. Well, okay, so I'll give everybody else a generalized idea. I was flying to Florida right at the end of July, and I got to the airport. The check-in line was forever long to the point that they were having technical difficulties. So getting one person through was taking 20 minutes.
Ew.
Yeah. And
Nasty.
I got there in plenty of time to catch my flight, guys. I really did. Well, then life happened. And these technical difficulties happened. So I get up there and the guy's like, you're going to be the last one that can make it on the plane. Okay. But he wouldn't take my bag.
Like your checked bag or your carry-on?
He would not check my bag. He said, you have to check it at the gate. Okay. So it's like an old time suitcase. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have wheels or anything. So I've got to pick it up and lug it through the airport.
Ouch.
It hurt.
Yeah. Was this Florida?
This was in Ohio still.
Oh, okay.
This was going to Florida.
Columbus?
Yeah.
Okay.
CMH. Woohoo.
That's not that big of a airport, so at least you didn't have to walk very far with it.
No, I didn't, but it was still heavy. I took half my life. Anywho, I get to TSA, and they tell me I had to throw out all of my toiletries.
Because you're going through check.
Yeah. And I said, I'm going to check the bag at the gate. And they told me, well, it doesn't matter because you're still going through TSA. Mm-hmm. So I ended up calling somebody. I said, I need you to come back and pick this stuff up, and I'll give you money to mail it to me down there. Okay. So she meets me where she dropped me off, and I give her the stuff. Then I run back through the airport. Well, I had an ankle brace on because I broke my ankle years ago. And I wear it every so often when my ankle flares up, or just if I'm traveling and I know I might need it, anything, just to be cautious. Well, then I get through TSA this time. They've already checked my bag. They know there's nothing in there, but they open it up, check it again, and then they tell me I had to take my ankle brace off. It's Velcro and fabric. It has no metal in it. I got through the metal detector.
They want to make sure you're not, okay, I'm playing the devil's advocate
I know. They
here,
don't
like
want me
I
to be
always
hiding
do.
anything in it.
Yeah.
But still,
like
I got through the human scan thing. I went in, I stood, put my arms up, and I did the thing. I got through the machine, and still they're like, you need to take the brace off. At this point, I'm hearing over the loudspeaker, last call for flight blah, blah, blah to Fort Lauderdale. It's like, oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. I picked my stuff up and ran to the gate.
That's insane.
It was hard work too.
Yeah.
I'm not in shape, guys. I'm trying to get there, but I'm not. I get all the way back to the gate and the doors were closed and there was nobody there. I hit my knees in the middle of the airport and
They didn't call you out over the loudspeaker?
No.
Like TSA couldn't call down and be like, hey, she just passed through security. She's on her way.
Nope. They wouldn't do that.
Why didn't they do that?
I don't know. Because they weren't
assholes.
They weren't in the mood for that today. Yeah. They just wanted to be assholes. And I get to the airport. I'm breaking down. I'm calling everybody. And I called my cousin who I was going to her house. And I'm hyperventilating to the point that I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm sobbing. That lasted for probably 45 minutes. That I was just a complete mess. Mm-hmm. So no, panic attacks, I don't think you can prevent. I think you can lessen.
I think some of them, they can be definitely situational. There's triggers. Sometimes for me, it just takes looking at a certain thing or thinking about a certain thing. And like if I'm alone in my house and there's no other distractions, like children, dogs, husband, I could be fine 1 minute, like doing my makeup, getting ready to go. And then next thing I know, I'm pacing the house. And that's what it looks like for me. I pace from one end of the house, and it's not like I don't have an open floor plan. It's like an old, but I can pace from my living room back in, and I make like a U shape. And I don't know why there's not like a trench dug into the floor from me just going back and forth.
There probably is.
Back and forth and back and forth. And it's repetitive, and I know it's destructive, and I know I need to stop it. And my brain at the time is like, you're acting like a fool. You need to quit. Like, just sit down, just shut up. Like, think about this for a minute. But I can't do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's obsessive, and it's just back and forth. And I'm sobbing and I'm crying. The last time that I had one or was on the verge of one, I had just gotten my puppy. So I'm like, all right, this is what I need to physically do. I need to physically make my hands scoop down, grab this puppy and sit down, and then it'll be fine. And it was.
Yay.
Just grab the puppy.
Therapy dogs, they work.
Yeah.
Even if they're not therapy dogs.
It worked.
But so when you get a panic attack, I mean, there are ways that you can bring yourself down and bring yourself back around, back to life, kind of.
Yeah.
Like I use a grounding technique where you find 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can smell, 2 things you can touch, and 1 thing you can taste to kind of bring yourself back to reality. But at that point, the attack has happened and it's just, okay.
You need to catch it before it happens, because if you know you're going to be sent into that mind space, there's a small window of time where you can catch it. And if you don't, it's going to go off.
All hell breaks loose.
You're not going to be able to stop it.
Yep.
You're going to feel your heart race. You're going to feel like you're going to crap your pants. And you need to catch it before then.
Absolutely.
And there are steps that you can take to do that. To
But
just
on the
kind
flip
of
side,
get out of that mindset.
yeah.
So
And then there's actual mental meltdowns that I think those can be situational, but more often than not, they're brought on by overloading.
yeah.
And trying to do too much all the time, overextending yourself. There's so many things that go into it.
Like
And
for instance, if you've gotten yourself into a situation where you didn't know your limitations and now you're here. And
Yeah.
you can't get out of it.
And
like
you're
that's a pretty severe place to be
oh man, it's
for a
rough.
mental breakdown. What are some of the steps that we can take? Because you and I have talked about this, not exactly in length, but we have like talked about, some of the things that you can do just to kind of break that mental circle and get yourself out before it becomes a real situation.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of those things that you can do. We came up with a list.
We have a list, the
have a list.
first 5 things. And I mean, you don't even have to use all 5 necessarily. You could just
No.
pick one, whatever's
hurt.
going to work for you.
I'm going to see if I can find it.
My
Let's see if I can find our
favorite
list.
one, it should be in your Google Drive.
Yeah.
My favorite one and my go-to is, guys, get your ass off social media.
Is that the very first one?
That's the very first one.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing with Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. I don't know what else is there. Those are the main 4. TikTok, right?
Yeah, that could be one. I like TikTok as a distraction technique, but
But still, I mean, whatever it is that's being put on these platforms, is it safe to say it's like 85% of the time is a highlight reel? It's what's going right in everybody's life. Because I'm going to assume most people on there don't want to get on and broadcast
is that it?
every little thing. It's in that folder.
Oh, okay.
It's called First 5.
Yeah, got it.
Yay.
I read it. It was fine.
I mean, people don't want to get online and broadcast everything that's going on or everything that's going wrong in their life.
Get your ass.
I love it.
She spelled it GETCHASS. All one
There's
word.
supposed to be an apostrophe in there.
No, all one word. Get your ass.
There's supposed to be an apostrophe. My bad.
I love it. It's fun.
What was I saying? You don't broadcast bads on Facebook unless, I guess I've known people to broadcast the bads. And
They're
when
out
they
there.
do, I feel like maybe I'm wrong in this. I feel like it's done for attention purposes and I want everybody to feel sorry for me and this is my life.
It could be a kind of call for help, but yeah, I see that, and it's not an
Yeah.
effective way to ask for help.
Yeah, and I mean, call
If
for
you
help
need
is
to do
better
it, just
than-
do it.
Because it's okay to ask for help, and we've already talked about that.
Yeah.
But when you're getting on social media and everything that is being poured into you is what's going right for everybody else, it's going to automatically make you feel worse. It makes you feel like you're doing something wrong in life. And, well, why doesn't my life look like this? And going back to what we talked about last time with the super moms. If you post that, well, why aren't my kids dressed like that? Why aren't my kids behaved like that? If for me, like, you're comparing yourself to your friends and, oh, why am I not doing this on Friday nights? Or why can't I find clothes that look like that on me? And just anything that
why
makes you
doesn't
feel
my
worse
body
about
look like that?
yourself.
Why can't my kids, ace the spelling bee? Why can't I like the quote that comparison is the thief of joy?
Oh man,
Isn't that
so
a good
true.
one? I like that one a
true.
lot. I might put that one on my window when I start to paint the window again.
I love that
Comparison is the thief of joy. So like when you're constantly comparing yourself to other people, there's no joy in that. There's no joy in trying to be somebody else. There's joy in trying to be you if you know how to find it. But the first step towards that is stop comparing yourself to other people.
And that's part of why I deleted the Facebook app, because when I was at low points or when I could feel myself getting to a really negative place, I would sit, and what a ton of people do, just scroll on Instagram, on Facebook, and then I put my phone down. Oh, I'm going to go do this. 10 minutes later, I'm back doing the same thing. A, it's a waste of time because nothing's changed in those 10 minutes.
Right.
And B, I feel worse because then I see all these people out. Oh, you went and did this weekend. Well, why didn't I do that? Because
you didn't invite me.
Yeah, I'm wasting my time on Facebook, and it
I
just
think
adds
there's a
to
fine
that.
line between using things like social media, Pinterest, as inspiration and using it as a source of envy. Like you can dance that line all day, but once you cross into the envy, you need to start recognizing it and backing off. Like if you start to harbor unsavory feelings about things, about yourself, about other people, maybe you need to consider that maybe you're just letting that comparison rob you of your joy, and stop it. Easier said than done, but just stop.
It is.
Take a break.
Well, and I think that's where, get your ass off Facebook. Put your phone down, go outside, even if it's for 15 minutes. Now, here, can we necessarily go outside all the time? No. And I get that. It's cold and you want to stay inside. But go
Find a
do
safe space.
something.
Do something else.
Pick up a book instead of Facebook. Do anything that's going to get you away from that comparison.
Maybe we could put down like a list of suggested books for people to start reading. Like if you like self-help books, we could, maybe here's a list of self-books that you could check out.
Do you have a long list?
Nope.
I don't have a long list. I have a list.
I think between the two of us and between the other people that are involved in Choirology, we could probably come up with stuff. I see people, recommending books all the time. Like if you like drama, like you could do drama. If you like true crime, we could maybe do like a little book list.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cute.
Anything
it's
to
a cute idea.
Get your mind off of it.
Just something else so that you're not endlessly scrolling and endlessly
comparing. The sigh.
Yeah.
So sad.
I do the dramatic sigh when I get tired and I need to take a break. I do it. I've recognized this when I was in Dallas and I was, buying and looking for all of the stuff. As soon as the shopping. It's so hard. It's a hard life. Whenever things started to look the same, or I started to realize I'm reaching a limit where I need to take a break, I just start dramatically sighing. At everything by myself, mind you. I'm by myself and I'm just, I pick up a dress and I'm like, that's my signal that.
That's such a great thing though, that you have that signal to yourself to be able to recognize that, because knowing, again, that limit is really important. And if you're not in touch with yourself, you're going to constantly break down.
Yeah.
Because you don't know when to stop.
Yep.
So what's number 2? Do you want to do number 2?
Yeah, I'll do number 2.
Do you want to pick a different number?
No, I think number 2 is fine. It's all right.
Okay.
Number 2 is fine. I feel okay about it. Drink your water.
Or
drink your f***ing water.
It's not even what I was going for.
Oh.
Or the tea.
Oh. Well, there's something I have to censor out.
Bleep.
It's fine. Yeah, drinking water. I mean, it doesn't have to be water. It probably shouldn't be alcohol or wine. Those are all well and good, but trying to get your mind into a healthier state, probably doing some drugs is not the best way to do it.
Don't go the mind-altering route.
That's what I was thinking. Mind altering. And then you just said drugs.
I mean, they are mind-altering. So is alcohol.
Yeah.
You're on the right track.
Yeah,
We're not condoning drug use over here.
Right. There's studies being linked to, just not having enough hydration or whatever. I've actually read a couple studies that dispute that too, like just drink when you're thirsty. But just even if it's just if it's all bullshit and there's nothing else to it except just to break the cycle.
Yeah.
Just do something different than what you're doing. If you're not happy, do something else. Anything else. Pick up a glass of water, drink it. Break the cycle.
And I think
it's serious.
For me, the other part of drinking your water is that it's going to force you to be mindful of what's going on.
Yeah, it forces you to just slow down a little bit.
Like you said, break the cycle, do something different and say, okay, you know what? I need to walk away from this. So it's almost like an excuse just to walk away from your current situation, circumstance, and go do something that requires
something else.
Very little effort.
Right. For me, it might be like just making a cup of tea. I do like tea.
Oh, I love putting tea in the kettle and actually listening to it whistle.
I mean, I guess that's fine. That's kind of cool, I guess.
I'm old school like that.
If you're into that. I mean,
I'm
not kink shaming here.
That's
whatever.
Okay. But just something to break up what you're doing. Walk away from the stress. Remove yourself from the environment.
And do something that's good for you. Something that's healthy for you.
And then
don't go for soda. If you have to go for soda, that's fine. But please try not to go for soda. Go for water. Go for tea. Maybe coffee. Maybe pour yourself a cup of coffee if you have to.
Make a smoothie.
Black coffee. Make a smoothie. I haven't made a smoothie in years.
I was going to make a smoothie and then I just opted to buy one.
Yeah. Hey, that could work too. Like, go buy something. Get in your car and go, or take a walk if you can. I wouldn't suggest it in February, in winter, in Ohio. Or
not a good plan.
Or, anywhere north of Tennessee.
But then again, it is a heat wave outside today. So,
oh my God, the sun is out. I don't know why.
The sky is blue. The birds are singing. I'm just kidding. The birds aren't back yet.
The birds are like,
Some of the birds are back. Anywho, that kind of segues us into number 3.
Which is?
Do something that challenges you.
Yeah. I mean, drinking water isn't really a challenge, but it'll
for
do
yourself.
Something.
I hate water. I drink so much of it, but I despise it. It tastes like plastic.
My husband can drink water any time of the day. And you know what he said the other day was, I just love starting my morning off with a big cup of water. I'm like, are you 50?
I have to make it lemon water to love starting my morning that way.
Because that adds
flavor.
I'll one up you.
What's he do?
Lime water. Ooh. No, that's me.
That's you?
Lime water. So it's almost like a margarita.
Oh, now I need to go buy limes.
No, you gave me that look. I saw it in your eyes. You don't like margaritas, do you?
I mean, I'm not a big drinker, period.
No, I saw it. You were like, oh, but it was almost like, ew.
I'm undecided.
God, I love me a margarita.
I'm still going to try it. If
Lime
I drink,
water.
I'm more of a whiskey person when I drink.
Like
I'd rather have whiskey than a margarita, but a margarita is still good. I'm not going to hate on it. I don't drink that much.
Good. Don't hate on the margarita.
Never hate on the margarita.
Don't you hate on the margarita either.
Margarita and tacos. That's when they're good. That's when they're good.
Freaking yes.
Man, that makes me miss college.
Is there something about eating good food on here? No? Okay. Do one thing, something that challenges you.
That could be a challenge. Okay.
How many tacos can you eat challenge? How many margaritas can you drink challenge until you pass out challenge? It could be a challenge.
It could be. It could also create a really unhealthy coping mechanism. Every time you're stressed, all right, 1 margarita, 2 margarita, 3 margarita, floor.
Are you 50? That's a really old joke.
I know. But that's why
so
it's so
what kind of things can you do to challenge you? Like
that's
crochet?
Going to depend on the day and where you're at on. I'm sorry, I'm 50 and you bring up crocheting? Okay.
Yes.
Anywho, the challenge is going to depend on the day, on your mental state, what's going on in your life, because let's look at the other day when I could not pick an outfit to save my life. Guys, it took me 90 minutes to pick an outfit.
She had to call in help.
I did.
It got to the point where I'm like, look, I can't help you if you can't help yourself.
Oh man, I was on the verge of a meltdown for many, many reasons. But that was a challenge for me, was putting on clothes that I felt good in. Now, today, that wasn't so hard. I had an outfit.
No, because you... Never mind.
Thank you for not. But it wasn't hard today because I was in a better mental state. So for me, a challenge today is going to be making my lunches for the rest of the week because I have no desire to do that.
Meal planning is a good challenge.
I don't want to do it today. I want to go home and sit on my couch and snuggle with my puppy dog and watch Harry Potter, honestly.
So a good challenge might also be maybe doing 30 minutes of exercise.
I did that already.
What a demon word. Exercise.
I did yoga though.
Yeah, yoga is a form of exercise. That could be a challenge for some people.
I already did it. I don't want to do 30 more minutes.
For me, it would be popping in like Just Dance and doing some dancing on the Wii. Like you'd think that would be like something you just want to do. For me, it is kind of a challenge. Yeah. I would rather sit and play Breath of the Wild. I don't really want to get up and move around. I want to swing a sword at a bokoblin, and that's
at a what?
My day. At a bokoblin.
What's a bokoblin?
Angry little creature. Just demon. He's the kind of thing that says, exercise.
Does he actually mean extra fries?
Oh, no, he doesn't.
Oh, man. He is just a demon.
He's just a demon.
Okay.
No. But yeah, I would rather play something, not that, but Just Dance can be fun.
Yeah, so
it can be a challenge, but it's also a fun challenge at times.
For a challenge, just base it off your day, off your mood, off what's going on in your life. And
sometimes challenging means just getting up and taking a shower.
Man,
if that's the one thing you can do to challenge yourself, like there's been days that is the only thing that I can manage to do, and it has been a serious challenge. And if that's the challenge that you need to take on today, do it.
And then don't sell yourself short on it.
Yeah.
Give yourself credit for what you did.
I took a shower today, and that was challenging. You get a star. Yep.
I wish I had a sticker to actually give you.
Let's put a star chart back there. Star chart. Every time we do something cool, we get a sticker.
I love it.
I'm going to give myself
stars for stupid reasons.
That's like one of the most millennial things you can do, like giving yourself an award. Remember those actual stickers that they had?
Oh, yeah.
Like I adulted today.
You had
like,
your sticker chart.
That's one of the most millennial things that we get ripped on, but I'm
okay with it.
I'm fine with it.
Proud to be a millennial.
All right, so you get your ass off Facebook, you drink your water.
Or your tea.
Or whatever. And then you do something that challenges you every day. Number 4 is be stingy with yourself.
I love this one.
I know. I'll let you talk about it because I think you like it more than I do, even though I probably value it more. Well, I value it a lot. No, I value it more than you. I do.
Okay, so why don't you say something, then I'll chime in.
All right, so you know the meme where it's like cancel plans are my favorite plans? Like that's me. My sister-in-law just posted something the other day. It was so funny. I can't remember what it was. I'm sorry I even brought it up. I'm sorry. Something about canceling plans or whatever. But like that's it just feels so good when you're like, I gotta go do this thing. I don't want to do this thing. All right, I'll do it. When we had that snowstorm a couple weeks ago and everything was canceled, but it was on a Sunday.
Yeah.
They canceled church. I was like, oh, yes, church is canceled. Oh, I love it. It's so amazing. I love canceled plans. And it's not because I don't necessarily want, I don't want to hang out with these people that I enjoy spending time with. I just really, really love me time. Like that is my time. I don't really get it that much. But even if I did, I would still really love my me time. Like if I had no kids, no husband, and I'm just, batching it up, I'd be like,
Is the dog welcome in your me time?
Dog is well, the cat's welcome. The dog
Can go with the husband and kids.
needs to stop being a puppy before she can hang
That's
out with
fair.
me time. Yeah.
So what you're getting at is quarantine was your favorite part of last year.
Shit. I loved it. I loved it so much. And I don't know. I when we got back to work, I like to make the joke like, oh, I haven't seen people in forever. Oh, it feels so good just to socialize. But I forgot how to socialize, so it didn't really feel good at all.
You
I
have
just
to
wanted
relearn
to go back
how
in.
to be around people.
Yeah. It's probably not healthy to enjoy me time as much as I do.
I think it is.
But-
Why wouldn't it be?
Well, as much as I do, I don't think it's healthy. I can recognize that.
Well,
I need to be able to socialize more and like be around people more, just because like you think about a dog. If a dog's not socialized and suddenly you're thrown into a situation where you have to socialize the dog, like
Yeah,
they're going
but-
to just go bite everybody. And that's me.
But
I'll
really,
go bite
though.
everybody.
Okay, so tell me if you disagree. I don't think it's unhealthy. I think it would be unhealthy if you acted on wanting me time as often as you do.
Yes.
But you don't. You go out, you are around people, you do socialize, you don't run away from your husband and your kids and all of that. And you're not saying
I
get
take
away
care
from
of
me
my
for the weekend.
responsibilities, but I also I also make sure that it's well known that I need to be stingy with myself, because again, as we've said before on another podcast, if your cup isn't full, you can't fill anybody else's cup.
Yep.
So step 4, be stingy with yourself. It is okay to cancel plans. It's okay to enjoy canceled plans.
It's okay to say no.
It's okay to say no to
And
things that
don't
you
even
just-
make the plans to cancel.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
Just
that's
say
even
no.
better.
Say I can't. I'm sorry. And people will respect you for that. At least I think
They should.
so.
If they care about you and your well-being, they should respect you for that.
And and how it's phrased too. If you tell somebody just no and don't offer an explanation, then they'll probably take it harder. But if you throw it out there and say, let's reschedule, or no, I can't handle this today. I have too much. I need to just be by myself for a while.
Yeah,
Then
and
they'll
you don't
appreciate
even,
it
You
more.
don't even need like an elaborate excuse. Like, I just don't want to. And that's good enough.
And it's honest.
It's honest. I just don't feel like it today. Now, I don't think you should use that excuse all the time.
Definitely not.
Because people will stop inviting you to things. And then you'll just get left out.
And then you'll feel bad.
And then that'll be on you if you're left out. But if that's the way you want to live your best life, then just do it. I guess I don't know.
We support you.
Yes, I'll support you. I'll stand in my my little me corner and appreciate your me time while I'm enjoying my me time.
I love me time.
Yeah, it's great.
Anyway,
All right,
I
let's
feel
move
like,
on.
yeah, you were good for be stingy with yourself.
Oh,
And
thank you.
now, I don't know, this definitely isn't my favorite one, but it's still really
We don't
valuable.
have that much time, so it's fine. We can zoom through it.
Zoom. Okay, start the Zoom.
I don't really want to do another hour-long podcast. I think that was a little much. Anyway,
Well,
number 5.
we'll be like Sonic. Guys, take the trash out is the last one, and that does not mean the actual trash,
Could.
unless it's trash night.
Unless it's trash night.
Then yeah, by all means, take the trash out.
Be responsible.
But I mean, no, just get all the negativity, get all of the shit out of your head. Whether that is writing it down on paper and ripping the paper up, or writing an email that, for the love of God, guys, do not
Don't
address it.
send it.
Don't put a sender.
Don't send it.
Well, don't send it, but don't even address it.
Oh, well,
Don't
Hey, that
don't
would
put
stop a lot of
another
my
email
problems.
in there. Yeah, if you accidentally hit send, it will say, "I'm sorry, no recipient." I'm like, okay, good.
Yeah.
No, just type it out. Write a letter to yourself about why you're angry if you're in a fight with your spouse.
I have a funny story.
Oh, good. Write out all the reasons why you're upset and then rip it up, throw it out. This has worked wonders for me many, many times, because instead of all of those thoughts swirling around in the vortex of my subconscious, they're not in there anymore. I get to put them on something tangible, get rid of them, and they're not taking up
Have a
space
burn
anymore.
party for that. Like
burn
burn it.
party
Like,
would be
light
fun.
it up.
I've
Like,
actually
take
done
all
that.
of your negativity, everything like you want to say to people, but you really need to not, and just
Yeah.
like burn it. Because
Heck yeah.
you might be like super emotionally charged in 1 minute and have all of these things that you feel like you need to say. But then like once you get it out and you sit there and think about it for like an hour, you could be like, oh, I'm really glad I didn't say that. Well, hey, let's just light it on fire.
And
That'll
it
make
will
you feel better
save
about
you from saying something nasty. Because in the heat of the moment, like you said, you can go from being supercharged. And if you are, a lot of really awful things can get spewed in the heat of the moment. But if you take a step back, figure out what you want to say, write it down, and then burn it or rip it up or whatever you want to do, then you're going to be able to reevaluate, come back to a conversation.
Yeah.
Without saying something that is going to make the other party feel bad or that you're going to regret. Because I know we heard as kids, sticks and stones can break your bones, but words can never hurt you. That's false.
Yep.
That's such a lie. Words hurt and they
that was
scar
a
deep.
generation where you weren't really allowed to have emotion anyway. So
Yeah.
that's so old. It's outdated. It's antiquated. We need to stop saying that because then you're not taking responsibility for the things that you say to other people if that's what you truly believe. If you think that the words can never hurt, then you're probably part of the problem and you're probably saying things to people that you shouldn't. So just take a step back, write it down, think about it,
Throw it
sleep
out.
on it. Either throw it out or maybe even revise it.
There you go.
You can revise it
Go
and
back.
then send it, but I wouldn't.
Just
I wouldn't. I
highlight,
don't want to. I don't
delete.
want to be involved in that.
No
Yep.
feelings. Okay, so what's your story?
Oh shit! I forgot.
Oh, man. I thought it was about this. I assumed it was about this.
No, it was about writing things and then not sending them. So, our city, which I'm sure your city also has these people that just like to go off on everything that's ever put out on Facebook about the city. Like, you know those people. They just don't. They're Debbie Downers. They don't want to play well with others.
Nope.
So this one guy's talking about like the weather and hey, we shouldn't have canceled anything and roads aren't even bad. Blah,
All
blah,
great
blah.
conversations start with the weather.
Yeah, and so like a dumbass, I'm on there scrolling and I'm like absorbing all of this drama because it's funny to me. He goes, roads aren't even bad. Where's that 8 to 10 inches? And I literally typed up, bend over and I'll show you.
I remember this.
Did I screenshot it and send it to you?
To me.
Yeah, I didn't send it. I didn't because I already made that mistake once. I didn't send it this time, but I thought that was funny. And
It's so good.
I just wanted to share my wit with people today. So
Your wit
you're
cracks
welcome.
me up. And yeah, so
Let's
we go.
recap. Get your ass off Facebook. If you feel like you're going down a hole of just despair, and where all you can do is like lay on the floor and watch the dust bunnies under your bed, this is 5 steps that you can take to break that cycle. So get your ass off Facebook. Drink your water.
or your tea. Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated. Do something that challenges you, whether it's picking yourself off the floor and changing your clothes or going for a run, anything. Do something that challenges you. Be stingy with yourself. So if you've got people like calling you like, hey, I need help with blah, blah, blah. Okay, this is the one time where you can say, no, I cannot help you out right now, maybe later. And then just take the trash out. Just start writing it down. Get over it.
You're going to preserve your mental health.
Yep.
All right.
We'll be good.
On that note, I'm going to go preserve my mental health.
Yeah.
And maybe take a nap.
Weigh in the comments below what you think about our first 5, because it's really kind of a manifesto, if you will, about
Manifest destiny.
keeping yourself in check and keeping that mental health and those panic attacks at bay. So yeah,
For real.
let us know.
Bye.
Bye.